So the first place to go when you're setting up any events is that you want to go into applications, scroll down, and you want to go to live meetings and webinars. And the reason I say that you want to connect these up is because when you connect these up, it means that we automatically will create the link in these different platforms. So inside of Zoom, inside of Google, when you create an event inside of Communi, whether it's a one-time or recurring event, it'll actually create the event in the platform, so you don't need to worry about having to do that all manually and then adding in a link. Now, you can do that if you want to. If you're using a platform that we don't integrate with right now, you can do that. However, it's going to save you a lot of time if you just integrate one of these. And if you're using Zoom, Google, it just makes so much sense because they're free platforms to use, and why not integrate them and use them? So go into here, follow the instructions, integrate Zoom, integrate Google, whatever you want to use. Then go over to your group. We'll schedule it in a new group here so you can see what you'll be looking at. Go to events and create new event here. Really useful. You can create from previous events. This is going to speed things up. So if you have a office hours you've run, if you've got a training session you've run in the past, you want to run again, just navigate down. You can find that past event to be able to then select it. In our case, we're going to select new. So crowd conversion, opening, welcome, maybe. We would have that as our first one. We would have this as test. We'll just add a description as a test right now. You could add in a description. You want to make this as much as possible to be kind of a description that's going to match the event itself. So I might say, for example, the opening of the Communi group or the crowd conversion group. So we can add emojis, we can add formatting, everything like a post. We schedule the event, when it's going to occur. We start based on this time here, 7 p.m. and whatever it is. Now, this is important. So it's going to have your event time here. And you can set your time zone within your profile settings. You can set it based on which country you're in. The event time is going to be shown to members based on their location. So this is based on your location. They're going to see it based on their location. So if they're in a different country, if they're in the United States, for example, they're going to see this at a very different time than I would being running an event in Auckland, New Zealand. If I'm serving the American market, for example, I'm not going to be running my event at 7 p.m. I would most likely be running it at probably 9 a.m. or something like this, because then the American people that I'm talking with will be awake. So keep that in mind. It has our integration, so it has type. Let me show you link first. So if you're using a different software that we don't integrate with, you can use link. You can add the URL manually. You create it in that event. But if you want to use Zoom, one of the integrations, it's then going to allow you to generate that event just by saving it. You can set this as a recurring event. Recurring events are useful because they allow you to create the event one time, but have the event run several times. So every single month, for example, and you can set an end time for when this ends. You could schedule in the next 6 months as a recurring event. The other advantage this has is that once members go, they register for your event, they can add each one of these events into their calendar so they can see them all coming up over the next 6 months. And it also means that it pre-populates everything within your event. You can try this out. It's very, very useful. You can turn off reminders if you don't want reminders getting sent out. Right now we send a reminder out 24 hours before the event, and I believe it's 4 hours before the event goes live that people will receive a reminder. You can add a cover or a video. So members of ours have used these in different ways. Users have. So video is really useful because if you want to get people ready for the event, you want to tell them what's going to happen, you want to introduce it personally, you can do that. It's very useful. Images are just as useful for many events that you run. I could add our crowd conversion cover here, select this, it's going to add this in, and it will accompany that description that I've got here. We click save and it's going to create the event for us. You can see the event here now. It's been created. If we go to the 20th, I believe that's when I've got this event on, right? So I can see this event happening. It's got a cover here. It's got a title. It's got a description. It looks good. It's going to go out. It's going to send people out reminders. We can share it by clicking on here. We can copy this or we can share it to different channels that we want to use for it. Edit it by clicking on this. We can delete it by clicking on this. Add it to our calendar. Google or Apple Calendar, you need to do that manually. It's not going to do that automatically for you. Maybe the event software you're using will automatically do this for you, but for our software, you'll need to do this manually. And that is how it looks. You can see it on the weekly. You can see it on the monthly. And there you go. Once people start to attend your event, they start to join the event, it's going to show like this. So if we go back to our events over here, we can see our participants here. You can view all participants when you get a few more joining. And that is going to mean that you can see who's going to come, who's going to attend, and that can also be very useful as well. So that's how you create an event inside of Communi.